Kia ora. So, I'm Antonio, obviously, or Zinger. I hope you're doing alright. I don't know why I can't go onto Twitch right now, but the VOD's being a little bit poopy. But here we go. So, it was really awesome to see you play last night, or last night, 2 nights ago. And I really wanted to get you on stream, actually. That's why I kind of pushed you. I kind of pushed the match on stream. So, yeah. So, this VOD will be split up into kind of a few different sections. I'll try to keep it brief, and I want to keep it simple. And I want to make it for the purpose of doing well at Down Underdog. Or, doing as much as you want to do, right? And that actually brings me up onto my next segment. So we'll let the loading screen go on here. You asked me, how long does it take to get good? And I can't really answer that, right? Because, honestly, it really depends. For me, I started in 2020, right? And I sucked ass. Well, actually, no, I started in 2018, and I sucked ass until, 2020, right? Hell, I actually started in Smash 4 when I was a really tiny kid, before I quit because I sucked ass. So if you want, maybe a more concrete way of looking at it, because, other players, like Hob, he was really bad for a long time, and then got really good, right? So if you want, a concrete time, I would say 6 months. And the reason I say 6 months is because in 6 months, that's when we analyze whether you make it on the power rankings or not, right? So, I'm sure you've heard me talk about it a lot, but the power rankings, like right here, is what we do every 6 months. And if you want a kind of goal, something to keep you playing Smash, right? You want to get on these power rankings. So, this was kind of what drove me to get on the power rankings, because I really wanted, to get better, because I really wanted to get on the power rankings. So, this one was the one for the first 6 months of this year, and the next one will be for these current 6 months, ever since after that major that we just had. And then the next one will be January to June, So, sorry, to July. So if that kind of helps you, there you go. Everything will be timestamped, by the way. Why the fuck do we have that song for the boys going on? It's kind of hype, dude. Okay. Alright, let's get into it. So I've got a few notes already. And I'll try to keep everything simple, because really improving is simplicity, right? As long as you can, simple it down and finding a few key moments, then that's the best. I'll focus on the bad and the good, because I think that's both necessary. And one bad that I'll point out right now is you use dash attack too much, or maybe not too much. You use dash attack as a poke too much, and we'll talk about that more. But notice how you threw it out while he was out of your range, right? So right there, you might have tried to punish him running in, right? But what do you do when he doesn't run in, right? You want to overcommit. And we'll talk about a strategy that you can do to overcommit soon, but just keep that in your mind, right? That's going to be the first thing we look at. The second thing we look at is jabbing after each interaction, especially after whiffing a dash attack. Now, jab is minus 14, the first hit, and the second hit is minus 20. So if you get the minus 20 hit, Unlading can punish you really hard here, as he's about to. In fact, he could get a down tilt here and honestly 0 to death you, but he keeps it a little too simple. So, doing jab after each interaction is something that I think, honestly, you should probably just take out of your game plan entirely. Well, not jab. Sorry, not the idea of attacking, because attacking after you do a dash attack can actually be pretty good, because dash attack is only minus 14, which means that it's pretty safe. And if they drop shield, you pretty much get a free punish, right? But let's look at the numbers, right? So jab is frame 5. That's a pretty slow jab, right? Let's look at down tilt. What frame is down tilt? Now, UFD online, unfortunately, is a bit broken. But looking at it on my phone, down tilt is actually frame 6. Okay, so what if you did a down tilt here, you would be sacrificing maybe just 1 frame for a much higher reward, right? Because if you get jab 1 into jab 2, you're not really getting anything, right? So if instead you do dash attack into down tilt, not only will it be safer, because it's minus 12, than, minus 24 or minus 14, but you'll also get a higher reward from it, because you can do down tilt into down tilt, or down tilt into grab, etc. In general, if you want to attack after a dash attack, at least hold down an A, so that you can get a down tilt immediately, right? But in general, I would criticize this, and I say, if you're gonna whiff a dash attack, if you whiff your dash attack, look for a more defensive option. Well, it's kind of play dependent. If you want to test the waters, go for a down tilt. If you know that they're gonna punish you, go for a shield, or go for a spot dodge, or even a dash back. Try to get out of that scenario. Let's continue. So it gets you into this kind of loop. Another thing we'll look at, and another thing I want you to keep in mind, is jumping out of the corner, and jumping in the corner in general. But yeah, here we go. Another whiff dash attack, and you get punished. So dashing into the corner is going to be a big thing we look at. And yeah, so anyway, let's look at your disadvantage. So I know that before we talked about, kind of timing your disadvantage, and you were much more disciplined in here, and I talked about it a lot in the VOD actually. But I really appreciated that you were changing your timings up. Like I think here you do like a way more delayed jump. Nonetheless, he does have you in a bit of a loop, and I feel like you might jump here. Yeah, okay, you got kind of in a loop, right? And I feel like later on in the set you weren't jumping as much. But definitely here, and I know you know this, but, try keep a bit more level-headed one. Especially because Unladen can only punish your ledge hang with down air, right? So if you stay on ledge, you're fine most of the time. Alright, so he's following you off the landing. You can do fast fall air dodge, keep that in mind. Alright, now, I criticize this because I think you should ledge trap here. In general, if you're at a high percent that, any move will kill you, just try play it a bit safer. Unless you are a high-risk, high-reward player, and that can work, absolutely. We've had several players in our scene do that. But, in general, I would just say, at least if you're going to go for this down B, try retreat back to ledge after the jump, because he's not going to land immediately, right? He's going to kind of stall up here. But I do like that nair. The fairy on that nair was pretty nice. Anyway, you recover back to ledge. You throw out a neutral B when you're landing. That's nice. And I like that you're using neutral B. Kind of just to, thinking about neutral B, right? It's not a way to punish, campy play, right? It's a consequence to people playing campy, right? So if people play campy, you get a free giant punch, right? If people aren't going to play campy, they're approaching you, right? So that's kind of a win-win scenario. And it's good that you're using Giant Punch. I'm really happy to see that. But right here, I feel like you're going to dash attack. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I feel like you're kind of trying to predict them running into you a bit much, which works well when they're playing aggressive. But when they start playing a bit more defensive, you kind of open yourself up to punishes. And you kind of got into the scenario where I think you rolled like 2 times. Yeah, 3 times. And then you got whiff punished out of there. And another thing that I want to see you do is using back here a bit more. And we'll find a specific spot that I really want you to use back here more. But getting hit by the double roll now. Unfortunate. And right here, I think you hit a dash attack. Okay, so that's an unfortunate resource drop right there. You can get in a cycle of jump cancelling all the time. You can honestly just charge neutral B and then jump back on here. You didn't have to do it that early, in my opinion. But anyway, dash attack. Okay, right here. I think what you should learn, this is going to be so good for you, and I'll link examples down below, is try do dash attack into back air. I know that I've told you the input, a bunch of times. Oh, no, actually, I don't know if I've ever told you the input. I hope I have. But, it can be a hard input to get down, and to practice as well. But, essentially, what you want to do is here, you want to initiate an initial dash. And you can initiate the initial dash, basically, when you did the initial dash here. At the end lag of the dash attack, that's when you can start doing the initial dash. If you know anything about buffering, and buffering basically means that, like at the end of a move, if you hit A here, then the moment you're first actionable, you'll get a jab out, right? So if you do an initial dash here, to the left, and then you do a upright input, so upright with your analog stick, same analog stick you're dashing with, and then you press jump, then you'll get the slingshot. Now, there's a few advantages to this method. if you do the input right here, like forward and up back, then that means the only thing you need to do is to time the jump. That's all you need to do. That's the only part you need to time, is just the jump at the end of the animation. So forward, up, back, jump. And then you want to hold forward again so you get the full momentum, right? Now, there's a few ways to practice this. What I would do, honestly, the easiest way, just go into practice tool and try hit dash attack back air. Because literally the only way to get dash attack back air is to do a slingshot, right? So I highly advise, if you ever have the time, go into practice tool, hit a dash attack, hit a back air, try get it at least once, right? 1 out of 10, that's completely fine, right? Try get it a little bit more, maybe like 5 out of 10, whatever. You just want to get good at the input. The reason why is because if you hit this back air, that means you can hit another back air, which means that then you can hit a dash attack, or you could go for a forward air on like an air dodge call out. This could add to your advantage state a lot, especially considering how much you like playing the advantage state already. So that's another key part that I want you to take away from this. And instead you go for the dash attack, which isn't often what you do. And it would work better if he was a fast faller, but he's a floaty, so he gets to do, I think he did like a neutral air into shield. Let's look at the action replay. Yep, dash attack, nair, shield, yep. Yeah, and be careful with dash attack on shield, because obviously it's really unsafe. Except for when you do it in a way that I'm going to show you soon. But I like that you're charging Giant Punch, you're forcing him to approach. Here's the dash attack, right? So let's look at neutral. So this is a bit of a complex topic, and I'll link a video, but I'll try to simplify it. There's 3 main things. There's poking, which is at the top here. There's whiff punishing, and then there's overcommitting. And think of it literally like rock, paper, scissors. Like, it's literally rock, paper, scissors, right? So, whiff punishing beats poking. Poking beats overcommitting. And overcommitting beats whiff punishing. Now, the thing here is that it's rock, paper, scissors if rock and scissors and paper could somehow outplay, you know, their losing matchup, right? Basically, when you do one of these options, you can do it in a way, like each option has a set difficulty, right? So when you look at pokes, right, that's a huge broad topic. Let's think of like snake down tilt, right? You know, when I use that move is so fucking long, right? But it does have 24 frames of end lag, so it is whiff punishable, right? So it does leave a bit of a window, right? The reason it's so good is because if you hit it on shield, it's -12, and you're not punishing that shit, right? But let's look at, like, Snake F Smash, right? That's a poke, you know? Because you're still poking, right? But it's a terrible poke, because it's frame, like, 48, and, you know, it's slow, and it's really unsafe on shield. So let's look at Donkey Kong's pokes, right? Dash attack, that's a really unsafe poke, right? Because you're banking entirely on the opponent being there, right? And if if they shield, it's -14, and you're gonna eat something, right? Down tilt, super safe poke. It's -12. If you did it here, no matter if you hit him on shield or if you didn't, fuck, if you throw it on an F tilt, other than wouldn't be able to do shit, right? So how do we make dash attack safe? Well, here we go. So, instead of doing the dash attack right here, sorry, not right here. That was a good dash attack, actually. Instead of doing the dash attack right here, you kind of sit in place, and then you dash back in. You wait for him to whiff. Or, you dash shield. Or, what you could do, if he shielded, is you could run forward at him, and then do a dash attack later. So think of it like this. Think of it like you're running. You know those old school games where you run at a wall and you're still running, right? That's how you should use Donkey Kong dash attack if you want to make it a safe dash attack, right? So what you should do is you should run at the wall, right? And then do the dash attack. And imagine like if you run at the wall long enough and then you attack it, you'll cross over the wall. Because you'll cross over the shield here, right? And that makes your dash attack super safe, right? Because it's -14, and you cross them up. Now, it doesn't always cross up. I think some big characters, it might even refuse the cross-up, and I will check if it crosses up, because I think it does, but, you know, I should probably check that. And some characters can even punish the dash attack, like Peach and stuff. But, yeah, in general, the reason why you want to do that is because if you run in the wall, you create a mix-up between grabbing them and dash attacking them. If they spot dodge, they'll beat grab, but if they spot dodge, your dash attack just flies off, you know, you don't give a fuck about that, right? If they shield, your dash attack flies off, you don't have to give a fuck, and you punish them with grab, right? So think about that sort of mix-up. Alright, so using down tilts here, that F smash, I'm not a fan, I'm not gonna lie. don't use the F smash there. You hit him, but it's really laggy. I like you dashing in and out. I think you should try play a little... So that's another thing, is Peach can be really safe, right? She doesn't have a lot of committal options. So right there, you did try Whiff Punish her. And that's when you want to use Grab. I think Whiff Punishing with Grab, in general, is a little bit safer here. Because, basically, the 50-50 in this scenario, if she does a back air, is either she does another back air, or she shields. If you do a dash grab, you might lose to the attack, but you're probably just going to trade. If you do a dash attack, though, you might either lose, you know, get traded, or they might shield, in which you're losing both cases. So, whenever you want to whiff punish Peach throwing out an attack, I would say go for a dash grab. Like right here, if you went for the dash grab, you would have grabbed him. Again, dash attacking the corner a little bit too much, and immediately rolling afterwards. That's fine, I guess. Although I think I would shield if I whiffed it. Nice run off now. Oh, the into forward. I like the thinking there. So she's a little bit too floaty, so it's not going to work there. But I like your thinking there. That's really proactive thinking. And I'm fucking amazed you recovered that. A little bit too much resource usage there. You didn't have to double jump there. I like you using back here there. I want to see you use Merker a little bit more. Try not to use down B in those sort of scenarios where you're doing a rising. I think you should use up air instead. I think, in fact, I don't see you using up air too often here. Interesting up B. I think that up B was a little bit scary to do, but nice punish on the stall. That's a really good thing to do. Keep punishing the stall. Alright, that was grab. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, nice. You've hooked him in. Okay. Don't go out. Alright, this is one big thing. I think you should ledge trap more. This is a really good position for you, right? You don't need to kill them early, right? I think, now, you are high risk reward, I've already talked about that, right? But you don't need to kill them here, right? Like, you're 24%. Your only objective here, you know, you've got 4 minutes on the clock. Your only objective here is racking up percent, right? You don't need to kill them. You don't even need a bother, right? So what I want you to do, this is the fourth point. This is the fourth really important point, is I want you to stay, and look at my cursor, stay right over here. And you can, like, run off and then jump back on, you know, kind of, like, pressure them into something. But I kind of want to see you ledge trapping more. And we'll find a few ways that you could ledge trap. And I've got a lot of ideas in mind already. So let's say, okay, so you're back on the ledge here. Okay, I like that down here. Like, that was kind of cool thinking. I want to see a scenario where you're on the ledge and Daisy's grabbed it. Hopefully we find one. I'm not even sure if you got one, actually, to be honest, because I think you pretty much always win off stage. Try avoid throwing out the smashes. I mean, you know, they're just really laggy. Alright, and then and then ESD there. Okay. Hopefully we find a scenario there, otherwise I'll just explain it. Alright, open mind. Okay, FD, I try avoid FD. In general, give yourself platforms, because platforms are power with Donkey Kong, because you get Ding Dong. And even if you don't get Ding Dong, you get a platform to which you can punish high recoveries on, right? And even if they don't get that, you get platforms to where people have to land on, and then you can pressure with an up air. So in general, I would even go as far as to say maybe ban the stage, to be honest. But we'll get to that bridge when we cross it. Lovely. So I like seeing you charge it. That's nice. A little bit too much double jumping out of it. I think I'd like to see you maybe at least double jumping later. But not too bad. Nice. Good charging. Always charging. Nice, nice, nice. Keeping it proactive. A little bit risky down B there, I think. Because it forces you into a bit of a messed up scenario. But you're right over here. Again, dash checking. Do you do another back here? Yes, you do. Okay, I like seeing that. You're gonna dash check here, I think. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Nice. That was a landing punish. That's fair enough. You're calling them out. I can respect that. But you don't do a back air. You do nair instead, which might be true, but again, you're gonna get a lot more out of back air. All right. F tilt. Okay, so F tilt at 20% and lower, just cut it out of your game plan. You don't need F tilt at this percent. F tilt is just gonna be bad for you, to be honest. You should just use down tilt. Down tilt is faster, and it'll lead into like confirmed grabs and stuff. So just honestly cut F tilt out of your game plan at these percents, obviously. At high percents, we'll see where it really shines. Raw up B, it's a bit of a high risk. Alright, ooh, okay, yes, right here. Okay, so, how did you treat... Oh, that was actually really good. Okay, alright, that was really nice. And you could have extended off that really powerfully. So there's a thing called meaties, right? Where if you... So he's, he's invincible here, right? And now he's not. Roughly around here, he's going to start becoming not invincible. And you're selective here. This forward air is true. If you did forward air, you kill them. And if you want to play around that, fucking go for it, dude. Like, that shit is raw as fuck. And honestly, it's good risk reward. You're even percent. You might as well go for it, right? So if you do this... forward air is true. But you know what else is true? Back air. And, if you do back air, into double jump back air, into another back air, they're dead. It's fucking curtains, right? So, again, I'm gonna hammer this in, but, dash attack into back air, really good combo. Alright, bit too much, action there, I think. Interesting jump get up, actually. Jump now. It's an interesting option. Bit too many rolls. I like seeing you being really proactive here. You're rolling a little bit too much, and I think you should be down tilting a lot more in this neutral. Again, the jab afterwards, he did fall for it, but it is a bad habit. Just go for down tilt, because if you did down tilt there, you might have gotten a trip, or you could have just grabbed him anyway. Or just done another down tilt. Alright, yeah, burning that double jump kind of sealed it for you. Yeah, try to avoid jumping back onto stage, because if they catch you out, your recovery is really linear. Okay, so what I'm noticing as well is when you land on shield, you're a bit quick to either roll or jab. Keep in mind that your shield pressure can be really safe. So let's look at the numbers right now. So landing back here, like you just did right there, is going to be minus 6 or 7. So that's really safe. And if you want, you can just hold shield afterwards. In general, Daisy wants to attack you. She doesn't want to grab you. Because if she grabs you, she's not going to get enough reward. So she hit you right there, that's really good for her. So if you're going to whiff an option against someone who doesn't want to grab, and let's say those characters are like Fox, Daisy, who else? Probably like Cloud, those sort of characters. And every sortie, basically. Just give them the grab. Like, it's fine to just shield after your whiff. But even then, what you could do is you could instead keep attacking. And that'll punish his option of doing full hop. Like, as you notice here, right? You did the landing back here, and he didn't immediately out of shield you, right? In fact, he gave you some breathing room, where he did a full hop. If you did down tilt there, or even up tilt, you would have gotten a really safe punish. But either way, interesting landing option there. Alright, I like that you're dashing in and dashing out, but what you should do is you're doing it in the same pattern, right? You're doing dash in, dash out. Try, if you want to get really good at dash dancing, you want to mix the interval in, right? So you want to, do dash in, dash out, 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 right? That leads for really unpredictable neutral. Hit the back here. Nice. I like this. I like that you were going really active here for the back here. But I do think you should just ledge trap here. Alright, you grab the ledge, back here, and grab again, get forwarded. You might be able to get back here. Oh, you did the roll. I think you should have just attacked there, to be honest. He's kind of pressuring you a lot. You probably knew... Oh, no, you didn't land with neutral B. Nice. Okay, you're off stage again. Are you gonna jump? Yeah, okay. Try cut jump a little bit later. I mean, it is pretty safe, but still. Especially when you don't have a platform, it can be really tremendously powerful for them. And it gets you. Okay, so hopefully we get a ledge scenario where you're grabbing the ledge and... Sorry, no, where they're grabbing the ledge and you're on stage. Alright, so right here, just cut edge guarding out, I think. The reason why is because you've kind of gotten... Unless you know what they're going to do, it's kind of out of the percent range where you should go for an edge guard, right? And I think you noticed that. Oh, you know what? I'll shut the fuck up. Clearly I'm not qualified. No, but I mean, yeah, if you didn't get that now, you would have been at disadvantage probably when they grabbed the ledge. In general, like when it comes to high percent, you kind of want to go for ledge traps instead. But I do respect the nair. Good on you. Nice. Again, dash check in the corner. Back out. Yeah, jumping a little bit too much in, I think. Now you've got no jump, which means that he can kind of do whatever he wants to. If tilt was okay, I think I would have gone for a grab though. And the up B, yeah, that's going to be super punishable. I mean, he could have punished it with whatever he wanted. Up throw, up air, no, that's not going to work. And that's why you need platforms, you know, you really want the ding dong. Again, high percent, I think, should just go for the ledge trap here, because at least if you don't call out exactly what they're going to do, you get kind of the option afterwards. But nice up B, good on you. I think a little too much up B, because I feel like if someone just calls that out, they're going to be able to get you a lot with it, with like just anything you want. But I guess you are kind of just looking for whatever high risk. Unfortunate there. What you can do there is, during the up B, you can press the shield button, and it doesn't matter, right? So if they hit you, you'll take it, and if you don't take it, you'll just grab the ledge. Sorry, and if they don't hit you, you'll just grab the ledge. So just press shield when you're up B'ing. The only time you don't want to press shield is if you're playing characters that don't go into free fall, like, you know, Snake or something like that, in which he just wants to air dodge to the ledge. Alright, let's continue. So I think this was FD again, because you didn't ban it. Again, dash attack in the corner. You think you could have done back air into dash attack, but I'm not sure if it's true at this percent. Dash attacking in a little bit too much. You're a bit too aggressive with the dash attacks, you know. I think that could have been really good if they were standing in shield. But I think what you could even do is just doing, like, throwing out back airs and then drifting back in, right? I think you should try play a little bit safer in the neutral. Because I think that's what Unleaden was punishing a lot, is you being aggressive, like here. And he knows you're going to be aggressive, so he can just throw out hitboxes, right? Like that dash attack, because I think you did, sorry, that back air, because you did another dash attack. And then here, he can kind of just look for whiff punishes, or just pokes a lot, because he knows you're going to run in. And you got a lot from that. Again, just cut F tilt out. You can just do down tilt there, get a huge percent. The dash again, he's just going to fire out the forward. I mean, you know, I'm sounding like a broken record, but I hope that you see what I mean, right? In which the more you dash attack and the more aggressive you're going to be like this, the more he can just throw out attacks. And he's got really low end lag, right? So he can do it inconsequently, right? So you want to kind of bait him out into doing more risky options, or you want to poke him out. And that's where I feel like you should be using F tilt and down tilt more. So if you're just mashing F tilt and down tilt on him, he can't do shit, right? Because F tilt's invincible, and down tilt's really low end lag. So if he's gonna attack the area, you're gonna win out, right? Because you've got invincibility. So try to kind of space around that. Even doing back airs and drifting back, that's already really good. You burn your double jump, but you get... No, never mind. Nice air dodge. Whenever you get the turn, don't worry about instantly throwing it. You can hold on to it a little bit. Alright, you know, you were in the zone again. I mean, I'm just gonna point it out kind of every time, just to, like, I don't want to get across as negative, because I actually really enjoyed your game here, and this was an awesome set. But, I'm just trying to look at the things that you could, improve on. But yeah, so the dash attack here, the forward air, so he knows that you're gonna dash attack, right? Which means that if you don't dash attack, it's perfectly fine for him, right? Because he can just throw it out, and you're not really going to do anything about it, right? Because if you do a shield, it's safe anyway. Oh, it's relatively safe. I think it's like maybe -10. maybe -9 actually. Oh, I think it's -9. Yeah, but if you don't shield and you just dash back in, you know, I mean, he's fine. He's gonna shield before you can do anything. You'd probably want to grab it. The best thing you can do is kind of standing here and F tilting him, right? Trying to poke him out, because if he attacks the spot, you win it out. If he shields for some ungodly reason, you win it out anyway, right? So I think, again, I'm gonna talk about it a lot, but try to use pokes a little bit more. All right. Getting you off stage. Up, he had a shield, remember, super punishable. He didn't get the punish on there, but at 121%, I'd almost cut it out of your game plan doing it up B. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna start talking about it. So I'm gonna also refresh because this fucking pause button is so annoying. But so right here, you do love edge guarding, and that's completely fine. You know, you are high risk, high reward. It can work in your favor, right? Try to. I feel like you kind of do you're kind of looking for the same options here. Keep in mind that, oh, not the same options. Sorry, no, you are adapting, but keep in mind that he's a floaty, right? So you should try to kind of keep yourself above him or at the same level when you're doing the runoff. And here's what I'm going to talk about ledge trapping. So I think what you should do, even if you do run off and then double jump back in, that could be a good pressure. But you should stand and look at my cursor, stand right over here, or right over here. You should stand at the range where your F tilt hits them on ledge hang. And the reason why is because at that position, you can punish jump, you can punish roll, you can punish get up attack, and you can punish neutral get up. So if they do, so let's kind of break it down, right? Hell, let's get a JPEG of Battlefield. Why not? Actually, small Battlefield PNG. I'm gonna let's see. Okay. Copy image. Okay, so I'm gonna paint a dot. This is where you should be. This is where your opponent should be, and you should throw out F tilts. If he does neutral get up, you can dash and grab him. If he does get up attack, you can dash and grab him, unless it's like fucking, you know, Bowser get up attack. If he rolls, you can punish with a grab here, and if he jumps, you can catch him with an up air. If you throw out an F tilt, sorry, if he waits on the ledge, you can throw out an F tilt. Now, here's the nuance, right? If you think he's going to stay on the ledge, right, and you F tilt, but then he actually does an option, you can still punish it, right? So if he neutral gets up, you can just mash F tilt again. No one's going to have an out of shield, unless it's Samus, no one's going to have an out of shield that's big enough or fast enough to be able to punish that, right? So you can just mash F tilt here, right? If they do a roll, they're going to be spot on for you to punish them, right? Unless you did it like really late and then perfect timing, you should be able to punish them, right? If they do get up attack, you can F tilt them again. If they do jump, you can follow them and then do an up air, right? So in general, standing here and doing F tilt is entirely a win condition, right? And you can add a lot to it to kind of like be creative and think about it. So I want you to kind of think about how you can punish it with Donkey Kong, because really exploring your own way to do it is the best. But a good guideline is standing here and punishing it with F tilt is really good. One way you can do that is go into training mode, set the opponent to control, and then knock them off stage. What it'll do is, knock them off stage to where they grab the ledge automatically, right? They won't do a get up option, so you can kind of test how far you can be where you can hit F tilt. You can throw out an F tilt and it'll still hit them on get up. So I'd say just kind of try lab out, you know, try to see how far you can get away with it. And yeah, that'd be really cool. Alright. I'm so sorry for the length of this VOD. Alright. You know, obviously we've looked at a lot, so I'll try keep it brief now. Getting punished for the landing. A bit too aggressive with there. I would say just use a bit more. Maybe, I don't know. I'll skip past that. Alright. The jab habit, but obviously fell for it. Alright. Ooh, kind of using a lot of resources on this landing. I feel like trust your landing a little bit more, or at least try land with like an air dodge, as in like a fast forward air dodge, or like maybe like a spaced forward air, because you can get really safe with those forward airs. Nice up beam, you caught him fair and square. Alright, he's got your stage. Yep, doing the landing. Okay, yeah. Now the dash tag, and you could have gone for a back air there. Could have gone for a forward air there. Okay, now I'm just sounding like a broken clock. So we're just gonna kind of like speed for it. But you know, we're seeing the habits, and you know, right over there. Wow, you actually saw that you could have gone forward air, but unfortunately, maybe would have been a little bit out of the percent range, but I'm not sure. But in any case, let's just skip through and see if there's any other big notable mentions. I think the last game was pretty close, so we'll skip to that. Oh, okay, you were 40%. Oh, I think, yeah, okay. So let's look at this. So, Battlefield can be really good. I think you still need to use the ding dong a little bit more, but I like that you've chosen the stage. That was a nice, like, edge guard. You really committed to that. If that was any other character, you would have had them, which I really liked. Here, so just like we talked about, stand here, throw out an F tilt. That'd be really good. Throwing out this dash tech is just gonna let him whiff punish, right? Or at least get up safely. And yeah, okay. Tail smash. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think it's fine. What happened here? What the hell? Back air. Down B. Oh, and then he. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the risk of edge guarding. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll create a summary right over here. And yeah, so the big takeaways, I'm just gonna outline. Dash tech back here, really important. Down tilting and poking with down tilt and F tilt, and not throwing out raw dash attacks whenever you want. Using it, you know, more as like a pressuring option, right? Like you want to overcommit them and punish them from dashing backwards or something like that, right? It is really safe, but you know, keep that in mind. And then finally, F tilting the ledge, making sure that you're kind of optimizing your ledge trap game a little bit more. And, you know, there's other stuff like disadvantage, like, you know, not jumping back onto stage all the time. And yeah, so I'll do a little bit of write-up, and yeah, I hope this helps.